Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Vladimir Putin. Maybe you could just throw in Nigel Farage for good measure. You know how it is. Well, allegedly they're all in cahoots with each other, or that's as it seems. It pretty much looks that way. Well, anyway, welcome to AllShorts. And as you probably worked out, I want to talk about the budget. Okay, the upcoming budget next coming Wednesday, but also about what Rachel Reeves has been toying with. And I can't see how it's going to bow too well for her. You know, she seems to think it's going to be a rather a landmark budget. Well, it might be, but so was yeah, so was Liz Truss's. Yeah, that didn't go too well, did it? No, but we'll see. We'll see. But needless to say, there's a lot that's gone on between, not just recently, but in the last few years, between Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin. Now, there has been a report that there's evidence that Elon Musk, I won't say allegedly, Elon Musk, for obvious reasons, Elon Musk has been in conversations with Vladimir Putin for the last 2 years. Now, this doesn't surprise me when you can see what's going on with Ukraine, with Starlink and what have you. The fact that they've found Starlink satellite systems within, well, actually being used by the Russians on the ground, but also on these Iranian, the kamikaze drones. The crash ones, and they found ones that hadn't exploded. They found remnants of Starlink systems in them, which is obviously concerning. And it does make you wonder that somebody who's got his fingers in all the pies, Elon Musk, including the government's pies, in the day he's been funded by the federal government in regards to Ukraine to provide services, internet services to the Ukrainians. But it's a bit funny that Russia's mentioned to obviously gain access as well. Funny as in a little bit, hang on, what's going on here? And it is rather worrying. And as we go on for some more, that really isn't new news, apart from the fact that we just found out that Elon Musk has been in conversations with Vladimir Putin, even though Vladimir Putin has been sanctioned, and there's an ICC arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin. Now, the head of the UN, the COP and what have you, well, he's just not the COP. Is it UN? Yeah, of the UN. Can't remember his name now. Oh my God, the devil on the tip of my tongue. Blimey. Anyway, he went to visit Vladimir Putin just recently, and Zelensky ain't too happy about that either. So he shunned him. He was due to going to be visiting Kiev in the near future, but that's now being cancelled, and it just seems a bit. I understand Vladimir Zelensky's point of view there. It seems a little bit strange. As one minute you're saying this guy is supposed to be having a meeting with, shaking hands with Vladimir Putin, and then he's going to go and see him. Now, come on. Yeah. We've got to remember that at the end of the day, that Vladimir Putin is a war criminal. You're not going to shake the hands of a war criminal. And we just had obviously the BRICS convention recently as well, and you've got China, you've got needless to say, Russia, who was hosting it. And now you've got, obviously, India and what have you. All these countries, all part of this BRICS. And actually, Venezuela has just been vetoed, actually. That was due to join, but it got vetoed by Brazil. So there's all these different countries, all shaking hands with Vladimir Putin. And the ICC as well, It's a bit of a Mickey take, isn't it? Nothing seems to work. There's no cohesion or agreement between these different countries. And now we've just got China, who has made agreement. Oh my God, my little wally dog! What on earth are you doing down there? He can barely stand at the moment. He's getting through his getting used to his medication, but he's trying to make his bed, and he keeps flopping on his bum. I'll have to help him in a second, I think, if he doesn't manage to do it. He likes a little nest, you see. But anyway, China's just made a pact with Afghanistan, the Taliban in Afghanistan. And as such, they've got free trade. Well, they're going to have free trade. It's not set just yet. They're going to have free trade with China. Oh, he's managed to do it. Free trade with China in return for access to their mineral deposits in Afghanistan. Needless to say, they've got vast mineral deposits without the means to actually mine them and what have you. So there's a pact going on there. See, China's got its fingers in all these different pies all over the place. And now you've got, obviously got Vladimir Putin. He's got his pact now with North Korea, with, oh crikey, Kim Jong-un. Basically, it's a bit like NATO, you know, it's all for one, one for all and all that. You know, if foreign boots end up in Russia or North Korea, they both come to each other's saviour, so to speak. And now they're both nuclear powers is a bit concerning. I don't know how accurate North Korean nuclear missiles are, but everything's just got a mess in it. It's just an absolute flipping mess. How do we get here? You know? It's just nuts. It really is nuts. Anyway, who we got here? Let's put that into a live chat. It might make more sense. I've got timestamps are on. Hello, Andrew Evans. I hope you're well. And Carlos. And the Clog Dancing River. Oh, hello. Ruth Gavery. Hello there. I hope you're well. And thanks, Mad Monk, for turning up there. I know it's a bit like late, last minute, what have you. It's you know me, I'm kind of like, can I manage it or can I not? Yeah, I can manage it, I do it. Scrolling up. Ah, hello, Betty Kershaw. Oh, hello, Evil Cap. Hi, Caroline. Yeah, she's about somewhere. That she is. And Joe Lefty. Hi, my friend. Hope you're well. So I hope everyone in the chat. Oh, and Susan DeWitt. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, it's crazy in the US at the moment, isn't it? Crikey. And it seems like there's a bit of fear and pessimism on the Democrats' side, but I don't know if they need to worry or not, really. They seem, in the polls, they seem very close, but it depends on what the polls made up. We've seen it before in the polls, haven't we? They've been way off. There can other times they've been on the button, so you can really hit and miss, really, isn't it? I'll tell you what, though, it's quite funny that McDonald's share value plummeted. And also they had the E. coli breakout when Donald Trump visited McDonald's. The timing there is perfect. maybe if you've got to change his diaper, maybe that's what it is. But anyway, he was trolling old Harris, wasn't he? Because you know she apparently worked in McDonald's, which she did. There's photographs of her in all the kitted up when she's relatively young, working in McDonald's, doing what she needed to get herself through university or whatever she was doing at the time. And there's Donald Trump, 8 years old now, and there he is. He's standing there handing out fries in little paper bags out of a little window to a staged convoy of drive-through customers. It was pathetic. It really was pathetic. Anyway, it didn't do McDonald's any good. They shut the store for a day, but also the share value, the stocks went down for McDonald's literally overnight. And pretty much the same as happened to Elon Musk. So somebody was saying to me, because Elon Musk lost around 99 billion overnight the other day. You know, after not long after their driverless car thing, where have a look at how I drive this car. It looks like a wheel hubs that look cardboard and stuck on the side, you know. And there's although the robotaxis, that's a robotaxi, and and since then the share value has popped. The Tesla now has lost around 99 billion in value overnight. He could have bought it, well, in its original price, 44 billion. I suppose you could have bought two Twitters, you know. But its current value, you could probably bought 10. It's nuts. The whole thing's nuts. The shop was closed. What's oh dear? Hello there. How did Trump hold the fryer in his tiny hands? Yes, tiny hands. Now, doesn't he do this? He's up there. Something like that. And there's a dance. Yes, like he's milking a pair. Okay, masturbating. A pair of giraffes. That's what he's doing. Yeah, what's that all about? Blimey. Crikey. Oh, we could at least have to walk in the dinosaur or something, but blimey, yeah, at the end of the day, he is one. Flipping hell, it's embarrassing to watch, it is. Crikey. I know it's a franchise, but come on, it's a franchise. It's McDonald's a franchise, and what's been said? The shop was closed. Okay. Clock Dancing River says new clown falls to bring in profits for McDonald's. Didn't work though, did it? They lost money. They lost money overnight. So the thing is, like I said before, if a company stands on one side or the other side of politics, and just or even engages in politics, their share value always plummets. You can't in business. You can't get political. You shouldn't get political in business because that will just affect you big time. Your political views need to be kept stum. Don't tell anyone your political views. Otherwise, you're going to be in a bit of a monetary situation. The only way you can keep everyone happy is not to tell them. Now, Elon Musk has offended so many people. Here in the EU, loads of people getting rid of their Teslas. Loads of people. It's probably all over the place, to be fair. But, they just had enough of it. Here in the EU, they're looking at what's going on in the United States and with Elon Musk election interference and what have you. And they're looking at that, hang on, we don't want no part of that. And the problem is, you see, with the Teslas, the second-hand value is plummeted. And Tesla's they've got a hell of a reputation for dropping their value. The price of the cars, the new value of the price. So you buy your car, they can not drop the value, all of a sudden you've lost shitloads of money in your car overnight. They've literally just done that with the Cybertruck. We can call it a blooming truck, useless thing that is. Yeah. I forgot about that. I need allegedly he supplied a Putin supporter with two of these Teslas, which he rigged up machine guns on the roof and what have you, and sent into the front line of Ukraine. Elon Musk basically got found out and sort of forced it, twisted Elon Musk's arm, because apparently they were gifted by Elon Musk originally, apparently, and or at least the owner was saying that. Anyway, he bricked them. In other words, he basically shut them down. So why would you want to buy an electric car that someone you've never met before, said on TV and what have you, but you never met before, can turn off your car or instruct it to be turned off, to be bricked? Why would you buy one? That doesn't make any sense to me. And if you're in a situation of war, oh my God, they just shut all your cars down. And when you've got cars that rely heavily on updates and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you can't access the internet, what's going to happen there? It's not just the updates and stuff. It's like when they do the download servicing, because obviously these things are vulnerable to being hacked. So you need all the updates, just like you with your computers and what have you, and your mobile phones. I just want something simple. Just something I can just turn on and it goes. I don't want all this connected shit. No, it's too much, especially when you're driving. Know exactly where you've been, where you're going, and your mistress. What good is that? Shh. Oh, I forgot. She said she's going to be watching. Oh my God, that's it. I've been found out. Sorry, darling. I was only joking. Actually, she knows I haven't got the energy. The robo-taxi, yes. Robo-taxi, robo-cop, shame. No, robo-taxi's cool. Have you noticed that Elon Musk, he quite often, he does like, not analogies, but he's always referencing films and stuff he's watched, like for instance, the Dictator. And Sacha Baron, whatever, he goes out there, he wanted a pointy rocket. It's got to be pointy! Makes no difference to the rocket whatsoever. It's got to be pointy! So, apparently they mimicked that film regarding his pointy rockets. It's like, they're not that pointy, are they, really? Is Miss Kit in the house? She's laying in bed and she said she's actually gonna watch me, so I need to be a little bit careful. She knows me. Oh, cheers. Cheers, Joel. Obviously, someone's saying stupid stuff about Elon Musk, I suppose. Maybe. I can food lead message. What did it say? Sounds like southern China. Oh, okay. Is this an Edinburgh accent? No, I'm not Scottish. No, unfortunately, I'm English. Norfolk, although that's a different kind of fish altogether. They're getting great yarn fish there as well. That's depressing. Can't afford a Tesla, nor can I. Even if I could, I wouldn't. Me neither. I need the vehicle that fits a family plus four or five plus a wheelchair. Very valid point. So got a second-hand Toyota hybrid. Well, I just got the old X-Trail. It's not 2005, 2006. Just had the CT, MOT'd, and it's still a go. And so, cheers, Joe. I'm just going to run it into the ground. I think, I could say, okay, it's not very environmental. It does about 50 to the gallon. Sorry, 40 to the gallon. So it's not brilliant, but it's not horrendous. But I don't go very far. It'd be more detrimental to the environment if I actually replaced it. Quite frankly. Well, I still go. It does what I needed to do. Plus, I can chuck bags of cement and shit stuff in the back, and plus dogs and all at the same time. But you know what I mean. Yeah, I can abuse it. I ain't got to worry about it. A new car, I'll be panicking. I don't want that. I've had new cars in the past. I used to be a Jag driver, believe it or not. Didn't have 2 Jags. No, just one. Actually, no, I did have 2 at one point. Only for a very short period of time. I was in between Jags. That was a long time ago. That's when I had a little bit of money. I had, oh crikey, what was it now? That was the supercharged. I think what it's called now. XJ, the supercharged one. That was a rather nice car actually. I done about 12 miles to the gallon though. That's stupid. I got rid of that obviously. That's just daft. I just want to say I had one. Stupid quick. I'll tell you. Get a Rivian. Yes, a Rivian. They do a hybrid. I remember hybrid SUV, don't they? Because really, SUV is the kind of vehicle I need here. Living in rural France. I spend time off road as well, so it makes sense. Plus, I tow trailers, so something like that would be pretty cool. They do a electric something hybridy type. But anyway, I saw it anyway. I did. Anyway, I got dogs that want treats. There's one over here. Dora, you got to come get it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that one. All right, and Wally. It landed on his head. It's sitting on top of Wally's head, and he hasn't moved. I think he's alive. Yeah, his tummy's going up and down. He's breathing. Hello, Dora. What do you want, baby girl? What do you want? Eh? She's there. She's just there. She's in the corner. She's like a little ghost. So, I'll do this to make the Rivian, or... Of course, I'm annoyed. Hello, Johnny Doe. Truck and SUV. No, I'd like an electric SUV, but it goes. It's money in it, I don't earn enough about that. Conspicuous car consumption. Yeah, I just want something simple, all right? If I'm going to get an electric vehicle, it needs to be simple. But anyway, let me just share some things with you regarding Elon Musk. Naughty has he been? Yes. I made a bit of a mess here. Okay. So apparently, according to this article, this was actually in the Guardian. It's in several places at the moment, but it came online today. Was it today or last night? I think it was last night, actually. Yeah, yesterday. Elon Musk has been in regular contact with Vladimir Putin for 2 years. And this is what's been made clear in a report. So, we come down here. So, yes, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, is likely to be the first trillionaire because we keep giving him money. Yeah, stupid, don't we, really? Not me, because I'm born enough like that. You never know, really. He's got things in so many pies. Who is now central to Donald Trump's election campaign. Yes, he's buying votes. Sounds like election interference to me. It sounds illegal to me. He's apparently been in regular contact with Vladimir Putin for the past 2 years, according to a report in the United States. And the Wall Street Journal, citing several in-post former US, European and Russian officials, reported that the conversations between the two men ranged from personal. Well, okay, a bit of fishing. Would you like to go? We'd like to ride a horse bareback without a shirt on. And there's Elon Musk. No, because I got moobs. No, not for me, Gilly says. So, but I don't mind a bit of naval belly button showing. I'll do that, jumping about star, as he does, like a fool. So, anyway, reported the conversations between two men from personal to geopolitical and included a request from the Russian leader not to activate his Starlink satellite internet service over Taiwan as a favour to the Chinese leader and the Putin ally. Now, is it activated over Taiwan? That'd be interesting to know. And Xi Jinping, to help, Xi Jinping. They're all in cahoots, they are. The implications of the secret channel of communication between Musk and Putin are enormous, obviously, for the Western security. What? I don't understand this. This is serious, all right? This is one hell of a serious allegation against Elon Musk. And Elon Musk has got his fingers in the government. And he's like to have his whole hands and his head and his legs and his whole body in the government if Trump becomes the next president. Isn't it about time that the current president ought to say, hang on, what is going on here? Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here then? Kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, it's two Keystone Cops, really, weren't it? Anyway. So anyway, they were silent. So, Russian official, personal, okay. And implications, obviously, the communications are enormous for Western security, and the Tesla tycoon, Elon Musk, is a key player in the US space program and has high-level security clearance. This is dangerous. His company, SpaceX, launches US national security satellites. His Starlink satellite communication system is critical to the war in Ukraine. I'd like to see a compulsory purchase. Yeah, SpaceX. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yes. And the Tesla tycoon is a key player in the US space program and high-level security clearance. And blah 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 blah. His Starlink satellite communication system is critical to the war in Ukraine. Yes. And also for Vladimir Putin, as it seems. And his company, SpaceX, launches... I keep reading the same line again. I'm going to lose my mind, I am. Anyway, he runs one of the world's biggest and most influential social media platforms. I don't use it anymore. I go on there about once every couple of days now to see if anyone's left me any messages. And that's it. Such as Regan. Regan left one on there yesterday. I don't actually go on there hardly now at all because it's just a nightmare. Absolutely, it's a cesspit, or cesspool. It's an awful place to be. It's just full of Elon Musk's posts about Trump, about himself, about SpaceX, etc., Tesla. It's just turned it into an advertising and propaganda platform for himself and Donald Trump. So anyway, he has provided this vehicle for Russian disinformation campaigns using his X platform, formerly Twitter. That was bad when it was Twitter. And now it's just like, what the hell is going on? Now, I tend to go on to Blue Sky now, and it's a little bit too fluffy cattish, if you ask me, but it's a much nicer place to be than X. Really is. Furthermore, if Trump is elected, boo, on 5th of November, Musk could play. Oh my God, that's not far away, is it? Oh, crikey. A couple of weeks away. This is scary. Musk could play an important part in the new US administration. Yeah, he's some kind of efficiency thing. Musk put a post on that was shared with me about how he's going to completely overhaul the budget, so the US doesn't spend more than it gets coming in. So you don't borrow any more money, basically. He's been going on about that a lot recently. I kind of agree in some ways. It depends on where you're going to be cutting the funding. He ain't going to cut from the space program, is he? No. Right? Furthermore, if Trump is elected, so he's poured his own money. Yes, Elon Musk has. He's basically been buying voters. And he's made several or multiple personal appearances at the rallies. And Trump has suggested Musk could head this government commission on efficiency. Yeah. God's sake. But you see, there's been subpoenas flying about. There was one last year. I think it was from the Virgin Islands, and they subpoenaed Elon Musk to provide any evidence on the Charlie Epstein case. And you ask me, so you tell me, why did they do that? Unless they expect Elon Musk to have that information. Why would he have the information unless he's involved? Somehow. Golden showers, maybe? I don't know. Whatever they're into. Yeah. Ugh. Bit sour and salty. So was that. But then, earlier this year, any opponents to, or anyone's been speaking up against Elon Musk, his lawyers have been sending out subpoenas to them. So what he's been doing ever since the subpoena last year, he's been returning the favour by attacking them before they get to do anything with subpoenas. This is like an admission of guilt. It's almost like he's sort of trying to counter it. It's like counter-offensive. The man's dangerous. He's corrupt as hell. He really is, allegedly. The way he goes about taking control of vast swathes of land where people actually live, just so he can launch his flipping rockets or build data centres, is as underhanded. And the local government is saying, no, we don't want you to do this. And then some other organisation saying, oh, yes, he is. And they just get shut down. And then Elon Musk gets whatever he wants. Building what great data centres. But they ain't got no bloody water. And they ain't got no enough electricity and stuff like that. Building nuclear power stations without planning. Well, they're planning, but or what do they call it in the United States? But it's basically just pushed through. It's just people with money got too much power. You just strip them of their money, stick them in the stocks. That's what I'd like to do. Anyway, back into the chat. I've got a beer here. I've lost my head, literally. But this is an 8.6 black, which is literally stout. So it's a bit like a Guinness, but better. So, Johnny Doe. Hello, Johnny Doe. And Super Tiny 808. Who's Charlie Epstein? He's the guy who hung himself. He hung himself because through embarrassment, or did he? Because he said when he go inside, he's going to get done in. And he hung himself. A bit like that, Kapersky, the internet security geezer, Kapersky. Kapersky, not Kapersky. Oh, crikey, I can't remember his name now. There was a documentary about him a while back. He's an interesting character, and he was basically on the run most of his life because he told everyone in the mafia and what have you that he can basically got all those information about them because he's a bit of a hacker. Oh, crikey, Malinsky, Bakansky, I can't remember. Anyway, they're a virus software company. Bakarsky? I don't know, I can't remember. McAfee, that's it, McAfee, thank you. There was something like that. It began with M. Oh, I got that bit right. Yeah, and the Mac. Long John says, Elon Musk is a spy and America will defeat Trump. Oh, God, I hope so. Don't worry, Elon is in constant contact with Xi Jinping and Putin, so a spy would help the government with a budget for everything. Huh? The end. Oh, the end is nigh. Oh, who's the end? Oh, on a more pleasant subject, yes. Sentencing date for Trump is November the 26th, 2024, for the 34 felonies that he was convicted of. Now, what happens if he becomes president? He's going to issue himself something that's probably totally illegal anyway, but he's going to issue himself immunity, isn't he? if he's the president, he's not going to jail. Who's going to cost cut? Musk will get rid of regulations, yes. We need regulations. The regulations are there to protect people. The United States do not have enough regulations as it is. If you've got serious... I don't know what's like... To be fair, I don't know what it's like here in the EU, because I haven't actually done research on it yet, but also in the UK as well. But in the US, just to double check my fire's not... yeah, in the US, they've got a big situation, a bit of wood, a bit of pallet wood. In there you go. A situation with groundwater being polluted. Not just by a little bit, and not just in one area, all over the country. The whole country has got polluted groundwater. Now, it might not sound like much, but it's toxic, you know. And generally, it's the PFAs again, you know. But there's a lot of different types. They create different problems, and fertility issues and stuff like that. So Elon Musk keeps going on about fertility, doesn't he? You know, crikey. How many kids has he got? About 11, hasn't he? Anyway, they're all called X. And yeah, that's a major issue. You need regulation there because there's enough. It's too much money in the private hands, isn't there? You know, just like that. Oh, sorry about microphone. As well as the pharmaceutical companies, the hospitals, too much privatisation. I can't imagine, right? I live here in France, right? We have a healthcare system sort of similar to the UK, except you don't have to wait. We do pay a little bit towards it. We have to do a top-up. It's done through a mutual insurance. But it's illegal. They can't actually say, no, you can't have it. They have to give it to you. The insurance companies do. So if you apply for it, you'll get it. The costs may vary depending on your health and what have you. But they will... You won't be... Well, you won't be rejected. Not like in the United States. Now, I just can't imagine going so unfair that your policy is not going to cover you for your condition. That just to me seems a bit barbarian. It really does. And the cost of it. Hello, Gingers. Didn't see you there. Hope you're well. Going to cost cut. He is going to cost cut, apparently. Yeah, efficiency. Yeah. He might do. He might do. But, you know what I mean? Wherever there's going to be cost cutting, that means things aren't going to get paid. And I bet you'll be from areas that are maybe Democrat, for instance. Any federal support towards the Democrats, that'll be cut. They will be channeled into the Republican areas. Oh, yeah, by the way, this water problem regarding the contaminated water is worse down south. Now, that explains a lot. If you know what I mean. I've got a squeaky chair. Makes it sound like I'm farting, but I'm not. He is on the plane. Was he on the plane or the island? I don't actually know at this stage. All I know is that he's involved somehow with Charlie Epstein. The thing about Charlie Epstein, he was basically he was an events organizer, and his goal was to keep the rich men happy. So he'll do whatever he needs to do to keep the rich men happy, hence supplying young girls. And women, obviously, you know, women and young girls. Probably drugged them up, who knows, I don't know. But, you know, either way, it's pretty disgraceful. But you've only got things that look back at the stuff that, say, Donald Trump has said in the past and what he's... regarding his own daughter even, and his nieces, and you know, he's just he's quite creepy. But then again, so is Elon Musk. He's creepy, you know. What kind of man, right, disowns their child? Treats his trans daughter as a piece of shit, basically. And apparently she's got the woke mind virus, you know, there's all that crap going on. Man's fucking, that's with French, but he's a loon. He's complete utter loon. And he thinks everybody loves him. People love to see the rockets flying up into outer space and stuff like that. They love to see all this fancy Tesla shit. Are they really that keen on him? If it wasn't for all this tech stuff, they wouldn't give a shit. They really wouldn't. And Elon Musk is only as good as the people he's got around him. He don't live in Tesla, constantly working on Tesla. He isn't at SpaceX. He just makes appearances. He's a front man. There's no way he can achieve all that stuff. You know, is that, oh, it's all me? No, rubbish. There we go. Are we an anarchist? Oh, yes. I'm like Guy Fawkes, I am, yeah. I'm going to satellite to Westminster and hopefully I don't get caught this time. Oh, damn. Do-do-do-do-do-do. The ad Swalwell did on Trump was great. If you haven't seen it, basically it presents Trump as an elderly family member that needs help. Uses Trump quotes. Oh, dear. I can imagine. Yeah, I'll have to look it up later. I'm back on the PC, says Mad Monk. He's back on the PC. Is your battery running out or something on your phone? Oh dear. I'm not great at using phones. I find it's all a bit fumbly. I mean, I've got fat fingers, you know. They're like sausage fingers. I'm like King Charles. I am. Yeah, not arthritis though, but yeah. Hello there, Baruch Benito. I hope you're well. So, now Elon Musk obviously has denied these connections with Vladimir Putin. The report says otherwise, though. But according to Elon Musk, it wasn't me. So Elon Musk, the world's richest man, an avid supporter of Donald Trump, was plunged into a controversy on Friday after a report that he is in regular contact with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Yes. And it's in the Wall Street Journal story. So I believe it's actually their investigation or their report. It's a bit like one of these undercover reports, isn't it? With like for instance, what the Channel 4 News keep doing. They're pretty good though. And we might not have found out about Cambridge Analytica if it wasn't for them. So yeah, I do appreciate them. That I do. So I think also Musk didn't you originally support Obama? So what's he saying? He was wrong back then to support Obama, and now he's saying. So why isn't he wrong about Trump? Make you wonder, don't it? You know, bloody turncoat is what he is. So Elon Musk, he was subpoenaed over J.P. Morgan's role in the this is last year. This was in Jeffrey Epstein's activities, and the U.S. Virgin Islands subpoenaed the billionaire, cars to rockets entrepreneur, God, Elon Musk on. This was back in May last year. And the Virgin Islands government is suing the bank over sex trafficking by Epstein. And the Virgin Islands has been trying to serve Musk with a subpoena, and the filing noted adding that Epstein may have referred or attempted to refer Musk. Ah, I see. And the government contacted Mr. Musk's counsel via email, and obviously he hasn't responded. And that was back then. Anyway, he's got another. He's now. Oh, this is good. I like this subpoena. And now he's sending subpoenas like left, right, and centre to anyone who speaks up against him. Oh dear, I'm done for. I'm done for. Now, so a poll is suggesting that Harris and Trump, they're almost neck to neck, aren't they? And the Democrats are rather pessimistic, apparently. But the Republicans are confident. Well, they're confident because they're in their little bubble, aren't they? You know, let's be honest. They really are in a bubble. And crikey, they've just lost their minds. They really have. It's just absolutely crazy. And so, less than a fortnight, you know, till polling day. And Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are locked in a nail-biting close US presidential election race, yes, triggering pessimism amongst the Democrats and confidence among the Republicans. What if we just want another dance-off? That's what we need. We need another dance-off. Because she owned him last time. Absolutely owned him. Made him look like a right fool. Oh, toward that. There, that's better. Made him look like a right idiot, didn't she? I know it's not difficult, but he's... lunatic. So there's a 10-day polling tracking average, and this is on The Guardian, and it shows that Harris and Democrat nominee, well, and the Vice President maintain a single point average over the Republican rival. 1 point. That could go anywhere, couldn't it? That could go absolutely anywhere. I can't understand for the life of me why anyone actually voted for Donald Trump. They've had Trump, you know, and you certainly don't want to go back. Surely not. What did he actually achieve? He didn't achieve anything. A lot of people say, oh, we didn't have a war. No. Actually, he launched missiles. You know? Oh, man, he's such a hypocrite. Yeah, so Elon Musk lawyers, like I mentioned, they've been quietly subpoenaing public interest groups. So, lawyers representing Elon Musk and X, previously known as Twitter, have quietly begun sending subpoenas to a host of public interest groups. Most are targeted organisations, and have signed open letters to X's advertisers expressing concerns about the platform's direction under Musk's leadership. So 1 minute he's saying F the advertisers, don't care about the advertisers, well, you're going to hold me to money, and all that he says, you know. And the next minute he's paid them because he ain't getting paid. And you're not getting the advertising. He does care about money, he's all about the money. He's greedy. The groups include a Centre for Countering Digital Hate, the Union of Concerned Scientists, the digital rights organisation Access Now, and Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting. They sound quite honourable names, which I would hope honourable groups. The subpoenas represent a new chapter in the legal war Musk has launched after advertisers fled X. Now, he just basically tried to take the court, isn't he? I can't imagine he's going to get anywhere with that. You know, unless they have actually conspired. It seems to me it's just a case that advertisers say, I don't want nothing to do with you because you don't represent us anymore. And are part of a lawsuit Musk and X had first filed about a year ago against Media Matters over a report it published documenting the ads appeared alongside extremist content. And the subpoenas demand any correspondence the organisations have had with that progressive media watchdog group. Several targets told Mother Jones, which is another newspaper, or well, I'm reading at the moment actually, online media page on the internet. It's quite clever, isn't it? He's the internet art, isn't it? You know, he just types stuff in and things come up. It's pretty cool. Sometimes it's a bit shocking, mind, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't go there. Now, the subpoenas demand any correspondence the organisations have had with that progressive media watchdog group, and several targets told Mother Jones that they had no or limited interactions with Media Matters, and that the subpoenas feel, in the words of more than one person, like a fishing expedition. He's got in his head that they're all conspiring with each other, and they're not. Just like individuals are boycotting Tesla, they're selling their Teslas and what have you because they've had enough. It doesn't. I think a Tesla is an embarrassment. I would never buy a Tesla because I'd be embarrassed to be associated with Tesla now. In fact, I might go and do a bit of graffiti on a Tesla that's parked up the road here. I just feel like it. You know what I mean? It's a white one. It's a great canvas. It really is. And the guy's a knob, so that makes it even easier. Yeah. He's one of them expat geezers. I mean, immigrant. Sorry. Yeah, and not a very nice one. He voted for Brexit. Fool. Got a house there, flipped idiot. No, he can't stay here. Well, he's not technically expat, is he? He's just a tourist, really. So anyway. So he's trying all these little to defend himself and what have you. And the thing is, he can throw money around like blooming water, and it doesn't matter. It ain't mean anything to him. But if he starts subpoenaing people who haven't got a lot of money, or taking people to court who haven't got a lot of money, like that young lad who printed Tesla on one sweatshirt and sold it, and now he's got like millions of pounds of damages against him. They can literally just crush people. They've got an unfair advantage, like people with money in general, you know. Rich buggers have got too much power over us plebs. It's just fact, isn't it? You know, we're just getting taken advantage. We're taken for a blooming ride. You know, the money needs to be spread out more evenly. And I don't mean it should be just handed out. And I'm not necessarily meaning taxes. The opportunities should be there for everybody to be able to make as much money, but it's not. These people are just, they just suck it up, and suck the opportunities up. We need a way of actually spreading the opportunities, so to speak. Controlling the marketplace. Now, I'll give you an example of that here, actually, in France. And one example would be the fact that a supermarket, for instance, is not allowed to sell pharmaceutical goods. You know, even penicillin or painkillers, supermarkets are not allowed to sell. No. That's down to the pharmacies. The pharmacies sell those goods. Now, whenever you go to any village here in France, any small town, what have you, there will be butchers, bakers, and the candlestick makers. No, actually, there'll be the butchers, generally. There'll most definitely be a post office. There'll also be likely to be some form of supermarket, whether it's a small one or a big one. But most definitely will be a pharmacy. See, there's laws there that doesn't allow monopolies to take advantage of small industry. And we've got problems here with shop shutting as well, you know, but it's just the market isn't there for them. Now, also, there's laws regarding sales. In the UK, you go, oh, I'll have a sale today. I'll have a sale tomorrow. I'll have a sale the next day. We're going to have a sale every day. Yes, because they're going to get rid of yesterday's goods they couldn't sell today. So they go on and on and on. But in France, that kind of attitude where you have multiple sales a year is it's not legal. You can supermarkets and the stores are allowed to do 2 sales, official sales a year. Any more than that, they've got to ask for a extraordinaire. So they do basically a sale extraordinaire, and it may be allowed or it may not. And the other thing about the sales here, they tend to be the other way around. In the UK, of those, you get things on sale items because they can't sell them anymore. Like, for instance, I don't know, woody jumpers, you're not going to buy them at the end of the winter, for instance, you know, for the spring, argument's sake. A chainsaw, you're not going to see you go buy when you don't need a chainsaw. You can probably go buy it in the autumn leading up to winter, are you? You know, that's the most likely time you're going to buy a chainsaw. That in France, that is when we get our sales. We get them when you need them. For me, it makes so much more sense. Might not make so much sense for the industry itself, but you know, they're legislated. That's not heavily socialist, is it? You know, this is a it's capitalism, whatever, to be fair, but it's regulated. You need regulations. All this thing, oh, we light touch regulations. That's bollocks. Light touch regulations. The only reason you have light touch regulation is there's for corporations to benefit, not for individuals. The regulations are generally there to allow the individuals to be protected from the corporations. Individuals, oh, well, we need light touch regulations that help the economy and all that. No, it doesn't. It allows companies just to offshore more bloody money. So then it just bleeds you dry. It makes no sense whatsoever. None. That's just a fact of the matter. It really is. Oh, don't forget to boot the old like button. I've got 116 people here, and I've got 26 likes. Come on. Like, boop. Oh, dear. Oh, blimey. Things I do to try and get a like. Shameful. Shameful it is. Right, here we go. Back into the chat. My fire is not doing very well. I'll turn this fan off. I've got behind me. Because that was getting a bit toasty earlier, so I put the fan on. And now I can't turn it off. There it goes off. Done. Oh, it's getting cold. Down we come. Sebastian. I've got a Sebastian dog here now. There we go. We are a brawl lot, Lauren Jones, and I'm following American politics all day, every day at the moment to stop me feeling depressed about ours. Yeah. Do you know what? It's a bit like that, isn't it? It's like, oh, crikey, it ain't so bad, ain't that bad over there. Look over there. Look how bad that guy, that crikey, Donald Trump. Oh, my giddy aunt. You know? Yeah, it's just, it's like, yeah, their lot is worse than our lot. So it can't be that bad over here. Now, oh, look, come over here, Bear. Let me people see you. He's a funny boy, is that one, that? Aren't you? Hey? Yeah, what do you want? You don't have another one, you get fat like me. So... Just in time for Halloween. More over Freddy. Stevie is the real nightmare. Stevie is the real nightmare. Who's Stevie? I'm lost now. Oh, Steve Bannon. Oh no, he's not released, is he? Oh crikey. I wonder if he's. I wonder if he's suffering with dumping syndrome now after a bit. If you know what I mean. Yeah, been picking up the soap, I reckon. Can we put something in the water over here to deprogram the Red Hatters? Oh, please. Crikey, they're crazy again. It's just, what's going on with these people? I don't get it. I don't understand why they're so entrenched in this so-called "Make America Great Again" love. Because it's another dreamy idea, isn't it? A bit like sovereignty. But it's just nuts. It doesn't actually make any real sense. It's like what you're saying is that it hasn't been great before. Or when was it great? Oh, great mid-slavery. You know? And now we've got slavery reparations in the UK. Where you go, 200 billion they want. I actually don't agree with it. I don't see why our youngsters should be... because, these debts go on and on, don't they, be paying for the woes of people like the Drax family and what have you. We've already paid for people like the Drax family, in reparations regarding, oh crikey, the poor slavers. They could have their money and what have you. Now, if you're saying that, the country wouldn't have been as great as it is now, but many of the people who have come, hereditary Jamaicans, for instance, from slavery or whatever, they also are benefiting now from the work of their forebears, I suppose. It's not an excuse, don't get me wrong, it's not an excuse. It's horrendous, and apologies is definitely in order, but I don't necessarily think paying out 200 billion in reparations is exactly fair on those who weren't involved with it. And even if you argue that, okay, you don't know, actually, that their lives might have even been better if we hadn't had slavery. We don't actually know that. To say we benefited from slavery, it might not even be the case. We might have taken a different journey. It's nuts. I don't know. I don't agree with it anyway. Too many emotions, AllShorts. People follow emotions instead of logic. I don't. But how can you not have logic? That doesn't make any sense. People go to school to learn logic. You learn mathematics or math if you're, in the States. That's logic. That's logic based. This isn't logic. It's just nuts. You say emotions and stuff like that, but it's still nuts. It's just crazy. Like we've got Brexit's emotions again, isn't it? Sovereignty and all that. It's like build it and they will come. No, destroy it and we can try and fix it. But it failed. It's just nuts. I keep saying that because I just can't get my head around it. Reparations solve nothing. Admit it. They don't repeat it and continue and never forget it. And our history books are here to learn about the heroes and the demons. It ain't going to solve anything anyway. And plus, the people who you say it's not going to be those poor buggers who are put in chains, is it? They're not going to see any benefit from it. They're dead. To me, it just feels like a money grab. But we must apologise, at least. Even then, I don't really think it's not really our apology in many ways. But we must acknowledge it. We must acknowledge it big time. I mean, do something. engage with these people. And it shouldn't have to be just about industry, should it? It's just there's so much racism as well. And you think of the Windrush and all that as well, don't you? It's just kind of a lot of it's racism based. The fact they've been with that scandal, what have you, they literally brushed one side, and many people who were supposed to get reparations for that, who were alive when they're supposed to get it, are now dead. It's will there be reparations for the WASPy women, etc.? Or are we going to wait until they're dead? That's how it feels like to me. It's just whenever there's something that we need to take, we need to acknowledge and own, it's like we wait and wait and wait until these people are literally gone. They're no more. Oh, we don't pay them anymore, do we? It's embarrassing. It's the same thing with these people with the post wardens and that, postal master, the people at the post office has just been done by flipping, that scandal, mate. And just like them, they still haven't got reparations. And that's pathetic. Some of these people went to jail, lost their homes, their everything. And they just give them, 50, 100 grand or whatever it is. It's crazy. It's not enough. Cheers, Joel. Yeah, please beat the old like button. Please. I need my likes. It's just at the bottom there somewhere. Or was it up the top? I don't know. I was up the top. I'm going to like myself now. Look, there you go. There you go. Done. No, I can't like myself. Damn it. Oh, dear. Yeah. For the fourth time, no propaganda. No, thank you. There's no purpose. And certainly has no purpose on here. Like I said before, we want to make sure that people are getting on here, that it's a nice place to be, and that everyone is civil. I don't matter if you've got a different opinion, that's fine, welcome that, but everyone must be civil, because it can be quite divisive, obviously, the topics can, and I've let the fire go out, damn it. It was too hot a minute ago, now it's got chilly. Let me try a bit closer. Ah, dearie me, what can you say, eh? What a mess. The goose and the geese, says the clog dancing rave. It wasn't us, it was them, says Billy. We're eating a duck at an alarming rate here in Prague. That's a bit random. Is the duck going to get reparations? Eat all that duck. The reparations, you must. But no, it's I quite like that actually. Confit de canal is very nice. It's basically cooked in its own fat, so you literally cover it in the fat. Basically fry it, I suppose, in its own fat, I suppose. But it's actually very, very nice. Poor duck. We used to have ducks here. They got eaten, not by us either. Flipping what that's called now? Pine martins. Pine martins got them. The Prussian homeland of my German family was levelled by the Soviets. Am I supposed to ask Putin for compensation? Good luck with that one. Putin for compensation. I do not trust them much, but I do not hate them. The Prussian, oh no, my crikey. You've gone with Poland and Russia and obviously Germany. Crikey, there must be a lot of tension still with some people, obviously. A lot of them died now, obviously, but you've got the war horse, haven't you? Think about the war horse. That's a good dog right there. Yeah, he's a good dog, Sebastian. He's behind you at the moment. He's over there, he is, yes. So, I'm not sure. Oh, Stevie can. Oh, he's convicted criminal. A criminal now. He shouldn't be allowed to vote, I wouldn't have thought, if you're a convicted criminal. Can we put something in? Oh, not really. In the water. Good one. There we come. Right, let's get. That's enough old Elon, isn't it? Is that enough of old Elon? All he's done his subpoenas. Ukraine obviously was relying on Starlink, and they found the Starlink within the drones, kamikaze drones, literally found, ones that crashed basically. So it feels a little bit, how to put it, is it a conspiracy or is it fact that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Putin, and Nigel Farage, they're all in bed together. I think there is just, well, at least they're communicating. Yeah, probably pillow talk or something like that. And they're probably using Starlink to do it. Right, anyway. Now there's a budget coming up next week on the, Wednesday next week, where Rachel Reeves here in the United Kingdom, well, not here because I'm in France, but in the United Kingdom. But I would like to point out that Brexit has put 370 million a year on the price of your power. Seriously, 370 million a year. Now that's on imported power. And where's it imported from? France. Where am I in France? So thank you. So yes, the trade body Energy UK estimates the total energy cost of leaving the bloc could reach 10 billion by the end of the decade. And if you want to support the channel, there's super chat down below. Keeps the channel going, Trade body Energy UK estimates the total energy cost of leaving the bloc could reach 10 billion by the end of the decade. That is a crazy amount of money. Now we've already got a 32 billion debt. We'll pay some of it, which has probably been paid with debt, to be fair. 26 billion has already been paid. We've still got a few more billion to pay. Another 6 odd billion, so about around 32 billion we've got to pay, something like that. So it's a huge amount of money, and that is basically the shortfall that Rachel Reeves has had to find. But then again, we have also got this 370 million a year on the price of power every single year, and I'd like to reach 10 billion by the end of the end of the 2020s. So by 2030, 10 billion. See, the United Kingdom doesn't have enough. It means of making power. We've got all these wind turbines and stuff like that, but we don't necessarily have enough. And we might have enough of them. I don't know, but not when we need them. I'm not going to say base load. I got criticised last time when I was talking about base load. But the so Brexit has added up to 370 million a year to the price of power supplies from Europe, according to industry representatives who calculate that the total energy costs of leaving the EU would amount to 10 billion by the end of the decade. Now, Energy UK, the sector's trade body, has called on Keir Starmer to negotiate a closer trade relationship with the bloc. That's not going to happen. Norway keeps saying no to the bloc. They are not going to be very obliging for a reset. Now, a reset would imply that we are going to chuck away the old deal and make a new one. They're not going to do that. There is no Brexit reset. That's bollocks. It's just trying to give people warm, fuzzy feelings inside, but apart from obviously the Brexiters. But it's not going to work. It just isn't going to work. Crazy people. Okay, we were in the frying pan, but we're still in the frying pan, if you know what I mean. So before Brexit, the UK procured power for EU's internal electricity market. Where's the electricity come from? From France, under the channel. We're also getting a lot of our electricity when they've got surplus from Norway. A new cable link was put in. Was it last year or the year before? Finalised, and I think it was last year. They stopped supplying us with electricity via that link because they didn't have enough for themselves because the water levels are too low. There's all hydropower there, you see. Now, before Brexit, the UK procured power through the EU's internal electricity market, which brought together bids and offers in a system known as a single day ahead coupling, using an algorithm to optimise pricing and flows. And the UK's imports and exports electricity through interconnectors, which is what I'm talking about, that comes in from France, and huge undersea cables to Norway, Oh, also Ireland, France, and Belgium, Denmark, and the Netherlands. Or are they talking about gas as well? Are they just talking about electricity or gas as well? Say energy costs. No, they're talking about gas because the interconnect going to Brussels is gas. I know that because I used to work there. Only as a contractor. And I'll tell you something. My God, I might have mentioned this before, but it's all about the blooming money. They were pumping gas to Brussels using the exchange rate to push it up, the value of the gas up, and literally pumping it back. That's what they were doing, just to push the price of the gas up. I couldn't believe it when I saw it now. They showed me. I had to do like a muster thing, like muster points and stuff. Like you have to do like a health and safety security thing before you can actually work on the site as a subcontractor. And it's sat in front of this big screen and what have you. Well, actually, I was sat in front of a little computer screen, actually, to be fair. And then there's the big screen with all the little lights on, was showing all the lines going across the channel where the pumping station, the way it's pumping to, and what stage it's at. Flow rate, basically. And it was fascinating. And basically, working around that place is just pipes, all these big, huge pipes everywhere, and just these gravel bottoms and stuff around the pipes and baths around everywhere. And the security of that place was horrendous. And I was a little bit naughty because I used to go in my van and I used to cook up my dinner inside the van. It's a gas terminal. It's a bit crazy, really. Not supposed to do that. But anyway, you go through the security bit, and they're there with the mirrors and machines and stuff. They slide underneath your vehicle and make sure you've got the bombs attached, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's what you do when you get yourself affiliated. You got that you're a good contractor. A bit like a checker trade type thing, but for industry. So the linkage is critical to the UK and EU industries, and it is supported by the British and European industry and civil society alike, and this should be a priority for the new UK government to address. Oh, my fire's lit again. Hey, great. It's come alive. Yeah, there it is. It's actually got flames in it now. I like the look of that. It's got flames now. I'm happy now, because I'm starting to get cold. So, yeah, it's a bit of a cold day. It's been raining as well. Loads of rain. Yeah, I picked wood up today as well. Got all wet wood on top of my roof of the car. It said a return to the more efficient import and export arrangement would benefit both the UK and the EU as they strive to achieve net zero by 2050. And the linkage is critical to the UK and EU industries and supports a massive amount of money being made. Huge amount of money. So I believe there's I think I might be wrong, but I think there's two electrical links. There might be one from Ireland as well, but there's two electrical links. One from France, which actually supplies around 10% of the UK's electricity from France via nuclear. Well, the UK's got a massive problem, isn't it? It's that their nuclear is dwindling somewhat. A lot of it's aging. A lot of it's been bought by EDF or part owned by EDF, but it requires taxpayer subsidy. For advancement and what have you, and they haven't got it, so it's been a lot of them are going to be decommissioned in 2028, which is going to leave the UK a little bit out of it, a little bit underpowered. Yeah, so make sure you get your energy saving light bulbs. You might save the day. So, where are we now? Right. Poor old Rachel Reeves. Now, Rachel Reeves has got one hell of a flippin' job on her hands, isn't she? Now, she said that she needs what, by the end of this term, she needs about 100 billion. They've got a massive, great hole they've got to fill. And that hole's just going to get bigger. As the country suffers and finds it harder to do trade and what have you, as more things are being implemented, it's going to become even harder to do trade, and these tax take is going to go down even further. Well, tax take will go down further, even if it isn't the case of GDP going down, if it's the case of profit margins going down. And in the UK, that is more and more likely. Now, for instance, you've got this photo century on Christmas trees. You might have a shortage of Christmas trees this year. Turkeys. There's a huge amount of meat stuffs that are being exported into the UK from the EU and other countries, not getting checked. I mean, you talk about other countries like Africa and what have you, there's a lot coming from Africa, and they found cases of African swine flu. And there's been issues over here in the EU as well. Because remember, our borders are quite open here, so stuff can get through. And plus, it travels a long way as well. So that, the UK isn't exactly protected at the border regarding imports of perishables and foodstuffs. What this government, and actually to be fair, previous governments as well, done to the United Kingdom's food security over several decades is just, it's madness. Now I think this is lot this has got exponentially worse since we've taken the route of supermarkets. Now I remember growing up, having rarely ever went to a supermarket. You had village stores like mini marts, mini marts, but like the Mace or the Spar and all that sort of stuff. They were everywhere. And you might have had a couple, a few smaller supermarkets, but everyone these days is dependent on the supermarkets, and they've gobbled absolutely everything up. Now, the first supermarket I remember going to was Bugden's, which was on Wild Boar Road. Yeah, I think so. And then it moved to Woodside. No, not Woodside Road. Anyway, moved to another site. They built a new site, and Tesco's bought them. And then it's just there's supermarkets popping up all over the place. We then got our Sainsbury's, and we got just one after the other, And people used to grow their own food, and they used to buy locally, and they used to barter with their friends and family who were also growing food. It's just there was an exchange of goods. And I was brought up in Thorpe St Andrews, at east side Norwich, in Norfolk, until I moved to Salhouse near Wroxham, and it was a pleasant experience, and the food you getting was good, especially the homegrown stuff. But these days, it's all about the profit margins and the money that can be made, isn't it? With the supermarkets, and they've got too much power and too much control over, the farmers, etc. And as such, so what you could consider being the more expensive farmers would be obviously the UK farmers, and it's been the supermarkets are buying on price all the while, so they squeeze the farmers to a whisper of their life, and then just desert them if they find another price that suits their margins better. They can cancel much like that, supermarkets can, but the farmers can't. It's nuts. There we go. So Rachel Reeves has announced that there needs to be a major change to the fiscal rules. Now, she has said that there's going to be no changes to taxes on individuals, like income tax and VAT and stuff like that. I don't think you can really put up any higher anyway, to be honest. Though, it's just... I think that'll have a knock-on effect. VAT actually damages trade. It really does. And if you... an industry that has to be VAT registered, I used to be, it's a blinking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. It's bad enough you've got a corner store, but when you're dealing with materials and trying to, crikey, it's just a nightmare. And they're on your back. If you're a bit late with your payment, maybe got a cash flow issue or something like that, they really are on your back big time. You get fined. It used to be like 100 quid every time. So, Rachel Reeves is going to announce at the IMF fund, which is this was on Thursday. She hasn't done it yet, but she's announced to the IMF fund that she's going to change the debt rules. Now, I made a video about this, and to me, it just seems completely and utterly crazy because it feels deceptive. And it's what it do is it basically gives them an extra 50 billion for infrastructure projects. Now, don't get me wrong, borrowing money for infrastructure kind of makes sense. Borrowing money for services just to fund the country so it can so it can function, that makes no sense, because that's just like you basically got a bankrupt country, really, if that's the case. Your assets don't belong to you either; they're all belong to foreigners. So it's like what the hell is going on here? So anyway, she's going to tell them her plan to change Britain's debt rules. That will open the door for the government to spend another 50 odd billion. Move the goalposts, basically. So it's been talked about for a while, actually, to be fair. But anyway, she's basically said that's what's going to happen now. So the Chancellor will confirm at the Fund's annual meeting in Washington on Thursday. That's next week. And that's next week's budget will include a new method to assessing the UK's debt position, a move that will permit the Treasury to borrow more for long-term capital investment. Like I said, I personally haven't got a problem with capital investment if it's stuff that's going to make money, or it's going to put money in people's pockets, such as the workers and what have you. That kind of makes sense. Providing the people that they're not giving the money to are overseas investors, overseas Serfco, for instance. No, that's just wrong. Give it to British company for British people. I say British people, people in Britain, whoever they might be. So the change in the debt rule will be welcomed by the IMF. They have actually been talking this for a while. It says this should really happen, which says spending on UK infrastructure projects should be ring-fenced as the government seeks to repair the damage to the public finances caused. But this really annoys me. All right, listen to this. Damage to the public finances caused by the pandemic and the cost of living crisis. Where's Brexit and all that? This is in The Guardian. Where's Brexit? No mention of Brexit whatsoever. You try to say that's got nothing to do with the shit position that we are financially in the UK, when it's dropped our ability to trade by at least 4, maybe 6%. That we had to pay paid so far 26 billion to the EU to let us go. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's cost billions, absolute billions in costs. What about all this infrastructure we had to build, like the Farage garages and what have you? What's happened to them? I think there's only one at Sevington. I think it's the only one that's actually running now, and that's just an inland border check. It's disingenuous. People know that Brexit isn't good. People know that Brexit has damaged our economy. But the newspapers themselves, who you would consider being a little bit a bit left wing, such as The Guardian, you'd expect them to actually point out the fact that that Brexit has played a key role in the fact that the country's got no money. It's not rocket science, is it? Hello, Phil. Phil Reinhardt. Hello there. Hope you're well. So to me, it's just madness. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Reeves will not specify while in Washington which of the various debt measures under consideration have been chosen, but The Guardian has been told by a senior government source that she will target public sector net financial liabilities. And this yardstick, which will replace public sector net debt, will take into account the government's financial assets and liabilities, including student loans and equity stakes in private companies, as well as fund pensions schemes. Now, are they treating that student loans as a liability or an asset, considering they're charging us interest on it? I've got a student loan, for instance. This would give the Chancellor room to increase borrowing for investment in the long-term infrastructure. It's a little bit deceptive. It really is. So basically, they're just trying to make the national debt not look as bad as what it currently does, even though they're going to be spending another 50 billion. They know full well people aren't going to see it or notice it or realise it. But it needs to be done in the sense that we need to be investing in infrastructure in the United Kingdom, because it's the only way you're going to get people into work with reasonable jobs, Now, dear me. Now, Elon Musk. Well, I've got Elon Musk on the brain at the moment. So Reeves, she says, my budget will match the greatest economic moments in Labour history. Really? Wouldn't it come down to like Gordon Brown when he saved the world economy after that financial crash that was caused by the United States shorting the mortgages? So Labour will launch a new era of public and private investment in hospitals, schools, transport and energy as momentous as any of the party's history. In this week's budget, she says. Come on, give me a break. How many times they told me, oh, we're going to have to take some pain. Those with the broadest shoulders, they're going to tax everybody. Maybe not via income tax, but by other means. Via your spending, probably. Like, I don't know, alcohol's going to become more expensive. Your cigarettes are going to be, very expensive. So in an interview with Observer before the first budget by a female chancellor, Reeves draws comparisons with Labour's historic reform programmes began in 1945 by Clement Attlee, the man who brought us the NHS. Although, I think that's a conspiracy. I don't think it's true. No. Because Theresa Coffey said it was the Conservatives that brought you the NHS. She did that. Yeah, I think it's just before she mentioned something about turnips. But anyway. So this was 1964. This one under Harold Wilson, and 1997 under Tony Blair. Now, I know Tony, I think he's one of the great prime ministers of the country. I know what you're going to say, what about the war and what have you. And I get that, I understand. But as somebody who benefited from changes that he made to the schools and stuff like that, and oh crikey, hospitals, mental health hospitals, and what have you, and all the construction that was being done at the time, I contracted for it, and I could see what was being done. They got rid of all the bloody mobiles at the schools, for instance. That's a brilliant thing that was done, because they were horrendous, cold in the winter and boiling hot in the summer, and they stunk. Now, the old Tyrodine wooden or cement boarded boxes. Aluminium windows, single glazing. They were horrendous things. They got rid of them all. Done extensions or conversions to accommodate those who were in these stupid boxes. So Reeves will, however, face huge controversy. No, you don't say. And amid claims that she will break at least the spirit of Labour's election promises when she announces 40 billion in tax rises and spending cuts. Oh, God's sake. Which will involve job losses, obviously. You can't really have spending cuts without job losses, can you, really? That will include an increase up to 2% in employer national... You a kid didn't see that bit. Now, I used to flip it out. Employer national insurance contributions were more than the employees' national insurance contributions. And when you got, I tell you what, it was a crippler. When you're a small business, and you've only got, I had 13 employees. If you have one employee off, say for instance, he or she was having a baby or doing paternity or something like that, you've got to fill that. You either got to spread the load between your other staff, or you need to get somebody in, quite often from an agency. So you end up paying everything twice. Obviously the wages, you still got to be paying the employer's contribution still. And obviously oh crikey, it's just horrendous. I don't know why I even bothered. You have this wish, this hope you're going to get over this hill and your business will be plain sailing. But when you're dealing in the market, that's, because wages were high for some of these jobs, relatively small profit margins, it was crippling. And very, very stressful times as a small business. We turned over a reasonable amount of money, but, it's still huge costs. And a lot of the turnover would be for materials and stuff like that, you see, because we did a lot of construction and maintenance. And not for the government, actually, for district councils. And then we got that crash, which crippled us. And then we got the Brexit, did it all over again. Lovely. You wonder why I resent the Brexit. Blimey. Flipping Brexit. So, crikey. So, such a freeze on thresholds, which Reeves describes as last year as picking the pockets of the working people, she said. When the same policy was reannounced by the Tories, will drag 40,000 people into paying tax for the first time. So she's pretty much doing the same again. Now, don't get me wrong, she's between a rock and a hard place, you know. And so is Keir Starmer, you know, love him or hate him, you know, he is between a rock and a hard place. But they're like headless chickens. They don't really, because wherever they go, they got the lights shining in their eyes, you know. They can't really escape it. It must be really frustrating, that, you know, and almost feel like where do we go from here? How the hell do we sort this one out? I can just imagine they're loggerheads constantly, you know, because the country is in a mess. Not just financially, but socially, isn't it? You know, socioeconomically, people are struggling. Is part of the reason why we keep getting all these blooming riots and people protesting constantly. I'm not talking about the environmental protests, you know, like the Tommy Robinson lot. You know, like they had their protests today, which is a bit pathetic. There's 3 people there, you know, but there's 3 protests going on at the same time today. The Tommy Robinsons, and then there's a counter protest as well. And another one, I can't remember what it's called though, but yeah. So that was interesting, but you know, anyway, Tommy Robinson wasn't there because he got arrested. Yeah, yesterday, which is good. I like to see Tommy Robinson arrested so he can pick up the soap and complain about his human rights because he hasn't got TV. Yes, he did that. Crazy. So let's start back into the chat. My music taste depends on the day, says Susan DeWitt, and mood, everything from classical to hard rock and everything in between. Me too. I've got a very eclectic taste in music. Actually, that's pretty eclectic, to be fair. you got Camera Obscura. That's not exactly Jimi Hendrix, and it's not exactly Pink Floyd either. So that's pretty eclectic. Metal. I like metal as well. I've got some Green Slade up there. I've got Kiss. Got a bit of Kiss. And fuck it, what else was I saying a minute ago? Guns N' Roses. Oh crikey, where is it? Oh, all sorts of metal. I thought I saw it earlier. I can't see it now. It's usually the case, isn't it? And then obviously got acoustic stuff as well. Jet Black. No, actually, Jet White. Right. AllShorts. I look at the figures and I still can't understand where is she getting her projections from. Well, I probably haven't looked at it like closely as you have, but I just don't get it either because the country's in a downturn. It really is. And unless we keep going about growth, didn't they? And if we haven't got growth, we've got money coming from nowhere here. All you've got to do is just try and rob Peter, pay Paul. Hope they don't notice. You know, I can't see how it's going to work. And you can't keep borrowing bloody money. This is where Elon Musk is right. You know, look in the United States, they've got over 30 trillion they are in debt. And their turnover is around 22, 23 trillion. You got in the UK, which is around, to get a turnover, you know, the GDP is around 2.7 trillion, and the debt is about the same. It sort of flits up and down, you know, around that, and we've got to keep adding to it. You're never going to pull. Okay, infrastructure spending, I get it, but if you keep adding to that debt, you've got to pay it back. It's not free, and money's not cheap at the moment. Interest rates have gone up. Guilds. They've got the value. The bonds, they've got value. I said something that's been bugging me. I was listening to James O'Brien yesterday. Now, I have to admit, if you're on the left of politics, especially far left of politics, regarding housing and stuff like that, I understand where people are coming from, but it seems very anti-landlords. And not all landlords are, you know, big. You've got like 10, 15, like that Labour geezer, got 10 or 15 properties that they're letting out. You know, making shitloads of money, not necessarily on rents. Because I'll tell you one thing, you've only got to have one blooming tenant that doesn't pay, that can cripple you. And then you've got to go to the courts, and you've got to get barristers and all that sort of stuff. It goes on and on and on. And I know from one of our friends who wasn't recently, it's 3 years ago now, and it cost them 25 grand. And they were a family. They were renting one house and they were living here in France, but they want to move back to the UK. But they needed to be able to sell the house to be or get them out, so they got somewhere to live themselves. They couldn't do it. The tenant in there was told by the council you need to stay put until you get an eviction notice, and then we'll be forced to find you somewhere to live. Or put you on the list, effectively, or house you somewhere. And that's what the tenant was told. The problem with that is, meanwhile, they had no choice but to go through the process, and it cost them 25 grand. They weren't rich people. They had to borrow the money to go through all this. It seemed really unfair. I know you can say, oh, that's that person's house, you rent it out and stuff like that. I think we need to wise up to all this. Us Brits very much, we like to blame people. That's why we got Brexit, isn't it? Blame the EU, it's all their fault. Well, we left the EU. Is things better? No. Things are worse. We always want to blame somebody. It's just always the case. Everyone else's fault, and we don't want to take responsibility for ourselves. The fact of the matter is, in the United Kingdom, over several decades, we have not built enough houses. Whether they be council houses or whether they be private houses, it really doesn't matter. You build houses, prices come down. As simple as that. Now, I've worked in the industry, I know how blooming works. I know what these houses cost. I know what the materials, the bricks, the site foremen, what have you. They're the biggest earners, the site foremen. But they're the ones who get bloody heart attacks. I know that. I know two got heart attacks on work on sites. Just got blatant heart attacks and bypasses and stuff. Bloody horrendous. Not a thankful task. And also their personality changes. Because they get it from all directions. It's a horrendous job to do. It really is. The site foreman. On these big sites, like Wilkin Homes and Bovis, bread, or something like that. Hovis, Bovis. No, we need build houses, and then the way I see it is we're going to achieve enough properties in the United Kingdom, or anywhere in fact, is going to change the way we think. The idea of bricks and mortar is not going to get the houses built. We're building the right houses. We really are building. We need to get our head out of the sand. Now, other countries, they don't necessarily build brick-built houses everywhere, or concrete block and dry lined and all sorts of stuff. No. Well, concrete block isn't quite so bad, but we need to change this in our head. What we consider as a house. You think of stick-framed houses in the US, what have you, they're wooden houses. But if you're talking about fabricated houses, like for instance pet panels and stuff like that, built in factories, brought in on a low load, there's a modular system. You could house a lot of people quickly. We just need to change the rules. We need to change people's mindset. End of the day, people just want somewhere to live in most cases, especially those who are single people, or just couples, what have you. The nice thing with modular houses, okay, if you want, for instance, have a family, maybe, but you don't want to move in the modular house, you say, can you lift me in my 2-bedroom module, please? We're having kids, thank you. And link it all together and have a modular system. See, the thing is, the way I see it is, these houses they're building now have a shelf life anyway. These houses are not built to last. Whether it be sites like, for instance, when I was growing up around Wilkin Homes and various other builders, such as Pound Lane, something Pound Lane in Fort St Andrew and various other places. They're all built pretty much the same. They're shoddy. They've got shelf life. They are not going to stand the test of time that you would expect from a brick-built house. They just aren't. The bricks will stay up. The foundations will be fine. But everything around will be falling apart. And it won't be cost effective to repair. It'll just be a case of, that's it, let's build another one or knock all down or something stupid. Because that's what they tend to do. Or sell the site off because they can make more money. And then put up the rents. We need to house people. And it isn't just about council housing. look at all this, selling of the council houses and stuff. That's a bit of a fallacy. It doesn't by stopping people selling a council house does not make more make more houses. No, those people are likely not to move. Then they'll probably stay put because they can't afford to move because they ain't going to get their discount. That's the only reason that people buy their council houses. Have to be buying a private house. If they're the same price as a private house, they'd stay put, wouldn't they? You don't make more houses or have more houses. You have more social housing, maybe, but I don't mean to say there'll be more housing available. We need to be building housing, whether in the private sector or in social housing. We need to be doing both. And it's but we don't do enough. It ain't going to happen while we've got a system that it's all about the money. The industry wants to maintain high house prices. They're not going to build, or they're not going to flood the market with homes, knowing full well that'll push the price of the homes down, and they'll make less money or lose money on existing properties that they're waiting to sell. They're not going to do it. It's just not going to happen unless they're forced to. Need government policy or the government to take it upon themselves to actually build these properties. We do actually have the land to do it. I know there's rules regarding brown belt. Well, that's been changed recently, isn't it? Brown belt and green belt land, and it's I get that. But if you are building properties that are potentially you could consider they've got a shelf life and easy to clean the site. Now, you just airlift them off again. Obviously, you've got the infrastructure as well, such as the drains and all that sort of stuff to deal with, and cabling and whatever. And I'm not talking about the old area houses which they built post-war, which are basically steel frame buildings with these clip-on concrete panels, and they look like shit, that kind of thing. They're a bit ugly, And then I've got awful materials I used on the, you don't have to be like that. See, construction these days is so much more advanced, and fabricated construction. It's all pre-war, pre-this. But like the hoof houses, these are nice houses. There shouldn't be a stigma about them. They can be nice, modern, loads of glazing and stuff like that. Nice places to live. And modular. Yeah, we've got it in our heads that everything's got to be brick, which are costly. There's a lot of trades involved, you see, a lot of wet trades, when you're building a property like that. And it's not a controlled environment. Because when you build a house, you work all the way through the year, whether it be for the heat of the summer, which is horrendous, your water's going off like Billy how it is. Well, it's not actually going off. What's happening is it's evaporating the actual moisture out of the mortar, and effectively it dries too quickly. But it's not by the chemical reaction, so it makes that a very poor, weak cement. And so that's one issue. When they go through into the winter months, you can imagine what that's like. Water freezes again. You've got wet trades, so you've got to think of retardants and extra chemicals. You have to put in your mixers and stuff like that. It's horrendous. It slows you down. Everything slows you down. But if you're working in a factory, for instance, and building these prefabricated modular homes, like I say, they don't have to be ugly, and they're quick, controlled. You've got good buying power. It's all going to the same place. Delivery's all going to the same place because you can build these buildings and then distribute them all over the country. So it just makes so much more sense. You can make sure the gas tight. It can be tested even for leakage. You can have environmental systems in there. So regarding the heating to the actual ventilation, the whole thing can be regulated. So you don't have mold and all that crap going on. Houses these days have a shelf life, a serious shelf life. Even if they are a brick built, they've still got a shelf life. Unless you're looking back to, like, for instance, the 1930s, council houses, those houses were built well. Now, if I say Fort St Andrew, for instance, like, the old Heartsease the Heartsease was a bit of a rough state back there, but those council houses are built. They're solid. I think that's why Carter's built them. And then you got like we used to live in Sallow. We didn't live down this road, but there's a road down there. And they were like 1920s, 1930s council houses, built all red brick, beautifully built houses. Solid homes, and they've got gardens. And they'll stand the test of time. They'll be there forever. But these places have been built by Flip and Wilk on the homes and all these other large construction firms, they will not be there for long. We'll get 50 years out of them, if you're lucky, but then he's rebuilt. It's not very environmental, is it? See, the thing is, you can control everything in a factory. You can't on site. It's not possible. Really inefficient. I hear tourists here complaining how Prague. Oh, come, there they come. Where was I? I missed it. Missed it. What were you saying, Joe? Bagpipes? I'm talking about bagpipes. I missed something there. I hear tourists here complaining how Prague is always under some renovations, and they don't understand when renovations in old cities don't happen is when we have big problems. Yeah, you've got to repair them, haven't you? You know? It means you can have a scaffold and other things got to be done. And you're talking about renovations of these old buildings. You're talking about real skills, you know. This isn't like your jobbing build away. This is people like your proper masons and that, you know. Really skilled work. I was doing a job actually here, and it was it's an old chateau it was, and I made some windows and other stuff for them in the workshop. And there's a guy there doing all the windowsills, and he was chopping these windowsills from a block of some sort of not soapstone, but some sort of stone, limestone or something. It was a block of stone, and there he was. He created this beautiful sill with all the drops and what have you, ornate bits on the end, little scrolls and stuff, all done with a chisel. Took a while, each one, you know, it's like half a day's work on each one, but it was beautiful work. You know, and he wasn't actually very old. He's mid to late 20s. This guy, French guy, was beautiful work though. You know, but those skills are getting lost over a period of time. You know, and those sort of buildings, they live forever, don't they? Providing people got money to maintain them. And the same was in Prague. You got to maintain these places, and you got to have the skills to do it. Too much to fix. Oh, the Notre Dame is going to be opened very soon, so I hear, after it burnt down to the ground. But they're going to charge people now, whereas it used to be quite nominal. I think it's like they've got to charge $5 to go in. Which I think they've got to claw back money somehow, I suppose. But it would have been insured, but by how much? Complying with the TCA and telling truth to people would be an excellent start. That's not a bad idea, is it? The previous government didn't exactly comply with the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, no, and this one isn't either. It's costly. They know, you see, just like the previous government, they know that if they apply it, it's going to cripple the country, and they're worried because they're the custodians, they're current custodians, aren't they? It won't look good when all of a sudden you can't import your food. Because that's what we're looking at, you know. That's mad. The whole thing's flipping madness. You know, sometimes I lay awake at night with this, going around in my bloody head, worrying about it. I worry about my grandchildren, you know. I don't want them to suffer, obviously. I don't want them to suffer. And this is Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Nigel Farage, Jay Rees-Mogg. I'd see him picking up the soap. Obviously Boris Johnson and others, Michael Gove and all that. Although Michael Gove has come forward and he said he supports Kamala Harris. I don't understand how anyone couldn't support Kamala Harris. Can you imagine what that's going to mean for the United States? The first black woman president. That is a landmark. I know we've had a couple of women prime ministers and what have you in the United Kingdom, but we're talking about the first black president of the United States. I think that's amazing. Happens to be a woman as well, even better. Now there was, oh crikey, I can't play it on there because it's probably copyrighted, but you heard of Ben Shapiro, that nasty little Jewish geezer who likes to shout people down, talk really, really fast, and literally he goes off on tangents to try and break the conversation into his realm where he feels comfortable. Then he tries to shoot people down in flames and make them look stupid. That's kind of what he likes to do, you see. And anyway, a trans man, because they do this debate thing, there's like two chairs and a timer in the middle, and they get time each to debate, yeah? Anyway, this trans man, he flipping crippled him, Ben Shapiro. Made him look this small I'll see if I can find a link for. I've got it here somewhere. I shared it on my chat on my Blue Sky, but it's. I tell you, I found Shapiro pedantic, yes, and not relevant. He thinks he's very relevant. The thing is, he's got an audience, a massive audience. Unfortunately, these people are dangerous. Anyway, this guy, this trans man, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and everyone was sharing, in the audience. I thought this was so funny, especially when he got up and at the end, what have you, and says, "Very nice to meet you." And he and Shapiro tried to shake his hand. He pulled his hand away, and walked off. I was like, mic drop moment. It really was. God, that man's horrible. Oh, Ben Shapiro, awful man. Complying with the TCA and telling the truth, good idea. Yes. Carlos says, have listened to Miles Davies. Ooh, of course, Miles Davies head. All right, yeah, blues. Love blues. Another one artist I like is Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's dead now. I think another one who died in an aeroplane. Fantastic guitarist. It's a good album he done. Blues at Sunrise, which I've also got here. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I think his brother also plays as well. He definitely does play. Another one that I can't. Someone that I actually really endear to is C6 Steve. I thought I could listen to him all day, and in fact I have. That man is amazing to me. I just, it's a. Oh crikey! What is that saying? C6 Steve saying in one of his songs. Something about I've got I had nothing and I got most of it left, or something like that. I thought that was brilliant, And then when he's playing with that 3-string hubcap, which probably I think it's like Morris Minor hubcap. He's got a house in Norfolk, hubcap guitar with like 3 strings on it. It's amazing what you can do with anything. To be honest, that he's a genius. Yeah, C6 Steve, brilliant. I would love to see him live actually. He was here actually at one point, not here, but it's in France. But he was sold out, so I couldn't go and see him. But I would like to see him. I got any stuff by that lovely Brexit supporting band that I made. I have actually. I've got a few I made. Yeah, that was before even Brexit was, even a thing. Blimey. I like Pink Floyd. Yes, The Doors. Yes. No burn. Go on, baby, light that fire. And Elton John. I like Elton John as well. I'm not so keen on what he said about Donald Trump recently. In the fact that he's saying about how Donald Trump finds him quite funny. I suppose you could see a bit like funny, but Elton John is another one who's obviously he's anti-Brexit. He's also does sort of a light-hearted campaign regarding the bans, what have you, can't tour now in the EU. And he just get criticised because he's got money. Oh, somebody needs to stand up for people. The government's not, is it? It's been such an easy thing to do to provide these young visas or freedom of movement for under 30s for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it might have been, to also bans can travel and all that sort of stuff. But no, Keir Starmer said no. Too much like freedom of movement. I used to be in the industry years ago. I used to have a radio station in the UK, an online radio station, but also on Sky Radio. It was, originally it was Pulse Radio, then it was Pulse Unsigned, and then Pulse Radio. Keep changing the name. Don't know why, but we did. But anyway, we had a lot of unsigned bands on there. In fact, we uplinked to Scott, to the satellite from Kingston Media, and access to the Sky EPG. It's a very expensive thing to do, but we did it. And the bands that were playing on our channel, we had a really eclectic music channel, and A&I used to go through around 100 CDs, demos a day, to make sure they weren't, how to put it, rude. Because, Sky has some rules, you see, otherwise you can't go play at certain times a day. We should probably do Ofcom or something. Broadcasting rights and all that. Down we come. Bagpipes. I'm sorry. I hate bagpipes. Absolutely hate bagpipes. Along with panpipes. That sound to me is just sorry. I love Scotland. I love the people of Scotland, but although I say I love Scotland, I've only been there once. But it's still a beautiful country. I'd love to go and the Hebrides and what have you. It'd be fantastic. But anyway, touring on the bikes now, it'd be brilliant. But bagpipes, draw a line at bagpipes. I'll try haggis, but listen to bagpipes. It's whenever that comes on the radio for whatever reason. In fact, they were playing bagpipes on Dune the other day. I was listening to watching the new Dune film, and they were playing bagpipes on there. I thought, bloody hell. Oh, did you have to? Crikey. And then he turned off, it did. Clog Dancing Raver says, was it a nice Brexity gig? Dalton O'Leary. Was a Bruce Dick Edson giving it a big one about the EU being gangsters? See, I never understood that. That's just ridiculous. If you're saying the European Union were gangsters, that means we were. It's a mutual club. We were in it. So we were gangsters then. Doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. Hello, Minneapolis in Minnesota. Hope you're well. Dawn O'Leary. I love the bat. Oh, crikey. The Bat City Rollers. You mean Bay City Rollers? Oh, what's on? Am I gone a bit far down? Oh, but no. Here we go. Mark's biggest fans in the house. Hello there. Bagpipes have their place. Royal Scots Dragoon Guards do it best. I just don't like the sound. I like harmonica. I like pretty much any orchestral instrument. But bagpipes, no. I have really gone off you. How dare you? How really dare you hate the bagpipes? Oh, sorry, Bagpug. I love bagpipes, really. And bagpuss. Yeah, I love bagpuss. What the hell? And I love haggis as well, even though I never had it. Oh, it's wonderful haggis. Oh, I don't know. Oh, not for me. Oh, when my little Wally was here the other day, he was a bit like a bagpipe. I squeezed him in the middle and then a load of shit squirted out the end. Yeah, that projectile that was, I'll tell you. Nasty. He's a bit better now, though. My little Wally, he's asleep at the minute. Let me show you. He's been ill. He's been very poorly. He's on the new medication, and we had to. There he is. My little Wally dog. And Sebastian. And Pandora, yeah, they're all with me. So, yeah, he's been very poorly. We were really worried the other day. We actually thought that was it, It's quite blooming scary. So, he's on this new medication for his epileptic fits. Phenibarbital or something it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Something anyway. And it is known to cause problems, but it can actually make him really, put over the edge. But it seems he's got over that now. The thing is, he was having too many fits. And we had to, bite the bullet. So he's become the most expensive dog in the world. His monthly cost is going through the roof. Here's Wally. Got to do it, ain't you, though? It's either that or he dies. Don't want that. I'll give him as much time as we possibly can. I liked Iron Maiden. One interview from Bruce Dickinson sold that for me. And sold all the merch and music except I've still got my music. And same with the Who as well, isn't it? Very disappointing indeed. I've got. Oh, I ain't got it out though. It's too embarrassing to have out. Yeah, it's almost as embarrassing as having the Black White Minstrels show records out as well. Yeah, I don't want them out. I found a couple of them in a charity shop. I thought they'd been burnt or something, by now. But I picked. They were free actually, like 10p or something. Stupid, they're free. But I picked them up because of curiosity value. No wonder, there's. I was forced to watch things like Black White Minstrel shows. I'm sure some people, watching might have as well. I think it was on the BBC. And then you think of things like that, and then you got the Gollywogs and the Robinson's Jam and all that sort of stuff. And it's the stereotypical kind of black face with big red lips and stuff like that. It's kind of, well, in this case, it was white men dancing all blacked up, a bit like Justin Trudeau. Can you remember he's criticised for that? He was about 10 or something, whatever the old is at college. I think you have to draw a line on that. It's just kids being idiots, really, Nothing can ever convince me to listen to any Iron Maiden. We love Brexit, Maiden, or the Who, or whatever shitty band John Lydon is in. Oh, I've got the original as well, and I've got a pink cover. It's funny, politically, the value of these my original Sex Pistols records was very high. And as soon as people realised what they're about, regarding the political views and Brexit and stuff, the values plummeted. Now, my highest value record is actually quite new. It's stupid, isn't it? And that's it. The one I showed you a minute ago is this one. That's worth €600. It's nuts. And I bought that in 2017, I think it was, 16 or 17. It was just after Brexit. Yeah, about 2017 I bought that. Yeah, Jack White. That's rocketed in price, in value. If he showed himself, as soon as you get a bit political, all of a sudden your shares drop, don't they? Look at McDonald's. It happens, White Lips. The Black White Minstrel Show. I've literally got two of the... God's where they are. They're hidden there somewhere. Two of their LPs, and that is just... Yeah. It's disgusting, isn't it, really? But I'm not one of these people who think we should, be pushing, I don't know, statues into the estuary and stuff like that. I don't think... And I don't agree with, cans of tomato soup on rare pieces of art, and that. I don't agree with that either. But if there is some kind of, if there's some negative history about this stuff, we need to make people aware of it and maybe put it somewhere else, maybe a museum or something. But I think we have to learn by our past and about history, and that's one. Like for instance, I live here in France, not far from here. There's a place called Oradour-sur-Glane, and it's a site where the Nazis went in and literally just killed everybody. In fact, they actually were supposed to come here into Oradour-sur-Glane. But they were fed wrong information anyway from the resistance, the Marquis here in France, and that was pretty much left alone, apart from maintaining the site so it doesn't all dilapidate on people's heads as they go around and look around the place. But it reminds people of human cruelty and how far people will go in human cruelty, and it's important. And Germany's acknowledged that. In fact, they funded a big monument there, which is like part of a museum and stuff on the site. And I think all this stuff, this is important that we recognise our horrors from our past, including things like from slavery and all that. So acknowledging what's gone on is very important. And just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate, it's not ready enough." But we need, we need to. I think anyway. I feel that we need to actually own it a bit more, there's still huge amounts of racism out there. Huge amounts. It's not just aimed at people with brown faces now. It's just any other nationality. As soon as they hear you speak, they say, there's a dislike for you. I just think it's horrendous. I just really do. Well, that fire was a light. It's gone out again. That's about right, isn't it? What do you think of the band Pigs? I haven't got it. Okay, is it about the police? You talk about the police? No? Yeah, they did a song with the police, wasn't they? I hope the Russians love their children too, which is referring to nuclear war, having the Cold War and that. So. You're kidding? Yeah, I saw the Pink Floyd concert. It was rather boring years ago. God, I can't imagine Pink Floyd being boring. Blimey. What's left of Pink Floyd has been banned here for their support of Russia. Really? Crikey. They all go the wrong way, don't they? They really do. Racism was... must speak very well, my friend. Racism was all over the mainstream up until the 2000s. No wonder old people are a bit racist. Yeah, but they blatantly say, I'm not racist, and say something absolutely racist. It's astounding, really, isn't it? It's just nuts. Well, my dad would say he's not a racist. In fact, he married a part Indian, girl, my mum. She's like quarter Indian. But that makes me eighth Indian or something, doesn't it? But anyway, they came over in similar time to the Windrush generation. But yeah, it's my dad would say things that he's adamant that he wasn't racist, but he would say things that are blatantly racist. A lot of his ignorance, really, to be fair. Not really understanding the nuances of what they're saying. Roger hasn't been in Pink Floyd for over 30 odd years. Bob the Hoe, Doggety. We will never agree on the Pink Floyd thing, AllShorts, but please listen at gusto. I won't. Oh, dear. Christ, you know what? Half the bands that I listen to, I hope I'd listen to any of them at this rate. I just got to expel that from my mind. No Brexit, thank you. No Russia, thank you. And also other geezer, is very pro-Putin, the Formula One guy. Yeah, foul individual. Yeah, he's up Putin's bottom. Oh, crikey, what was his name? He got fined, didn't he, recently? How old is old people? Old people. That's not all old people, let's be fair. I know for a fact that my grandfather was not racist in the slightest. He had loads of friends and what have you, happened to be of all different origins. He didn't really care, to be honest. I don't think he really took it, really saw it, to be honest. He just wasn't racist. He was a lovely man, though, my grandfather. And he was in the war and what have you, and he's one of the first people to walk into Belsen camp. So it was quite a traumatic time for him. Post Belsen, waking up at midnight with cold sweats and stuff like that because them nightmares. He was such a nice man. He was just decent, kind, very kind person. They're a dying breed, they really are. And he's dead, so yeah. BB says racism is rife throughout the villages and towns. Now, I'd admit that where I used to live in Salhouse, I would say it's a little bit racist. People should say racist things. In fact, I don't know if there was... I can't remember seeing any... No. In Salhouse, in Norfolk, I don't think there was one black person living there. Not one. It isn't that long ago. We're talking about early 2000s. We left in 2009, you see, so I can't remember one black person. Definitely not. I think through now, was there in you? There was a French lady. I remember her. No, not one black person. And to be honest, when I was growing up in Fort St Andrew, very rarely did you see, somebody with brown skin. Apart from the Chinese chip shop, But, and there was actually, to be fair, the Chinese takeaways, they were always Asian. Well, that was very rare. I don't think they moved to Norfolk to that degree. It's usually around the big towns and cities, weren't they? I don't think they'd feel. Maybe Norwich had been alright, but I don't think they'd felt that at home. in the villages I'm talking about, like rural villages where, like for instance, where I was brought up. Oh, well, sorry, not where I moved to. I have like Salhouse and Wroxham and North Norfolk and those sort of places. I can't imagine it. I've really been alright now, but at the time was a bit very clicky, very clicky. If someone black moved into the village, everyone would know. They all talk about it. Snobby was, and even like for instance, the little council house estates. What have you? There's one on Thieves Lane, off Thieves Lane, Wood Road. People on there clicky as hell. And they're in council houses. Some of them are the worst. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, God's sake. I can't be doing any of that shit. Now, something come true to me once, right? It was like a switch turned in my head. All of a sudden, I just realised. And this was, I think it was about 2006. Anyway, I used to go to a burger van, right? This is outside one of the Marriott hotels. It was the Sproston Manor Hotel. And I was laid by there, and this van would always be parked there. And this guy called Mark would run it. And he had, oh, crikey, he used these proper, real, like, proper baker's type English rolls. And really nice burgers, what have you. He changed it in the end, but I stopped going there for one reason. Is that every time one minute he's talking to somebody at this burger, they have a cup of tea and what have you, and they're all chatty. And when he's gone, once he's left, this Mark be whinging about him. And he pretty much did loads of people. Right? When I was there standing there, what have you, he's having a bit of a yarn and what have you to the others sort of there, doing dinner break or whatever. And it was the same old thing again. And then he would just do exactly the same and just whinge about them again as they go off again. And I thought, if he's doing that to them, what's he doing to me? What's he saying about me? I never went back again. I don't give people second chances like that anymore. I've been bitten too many times now to do that. So I just avoid people like that, to be honest. And now I've got a YouTube channel. Put myself amongst it. Jump in the fire. That's what you do. I agree. I'm nearly 68. And still working and feel young. I feel too young to retire. That's a really good feeling. Well, I'm 54 and I feel too old to go on. Probably because I got fit and fine with my old chair. And I was on the roof again the other day. I'm doing it bit by bit. I can't do too much at once because I really suffer. And the following days, I was aches and pain. I was only up there for 2 hours. And I was like, maybe 3 hours. And it's the following days, I was just in aches. I got fibromyalgia, you see. And you just get this kind of, it's like an exaggerated pain. The pain isn't really there. It's just that your body's telling your brain that it is. And it's bloody annoying. I absolutely hate it. If anything gets me down, then that's that. And it's not there's a constant niggling discomfort all the time anyway. Whether it be like sharp shooting pains going through your muscles and stuff like that. But if you exert yourself anyway whatsoever, it's such you just know it the next day, and you pretty much know it's what's going to happen. You sort of like pre-medicate yourself to cope with it. And I'm currently on this drug called duloxetine, and it's literally a antidepressant. There's a small dose, only 30 milligram dose. It's half what most people start on, and it's literally for the purpose of treating nerve pain, which is what fibromyalgia effectively is nerve pain. And it does work. It really helps, and it just gives you a bit of lift as well. Because you do get down with it. Because you can imagine if you're constantly uncomfortable and pain and what have you. Like for instance, people just say, "Well, God, how they manage," and you're gonna get a bit down, aren't you? Because you're constantly. So it does help that way as well, a little bit. And also take analogs, which are anti-inflammatory and different types of painkillers, depending on what I feel like at the time. I've got 2 versions of tramadol, long and like one shot wonder kind of thing, tramadol. I've got analogs. I've got my duloxetine, which is not painkillers. Anyway, the prednisolone. All these anti-inflammatories. I'm drugged up to the nines, I am. Yeah, druggy. Can't function otherwise. I really struggle. And this brain fog thing. You probably notice sometimes I can't find my words. And this is brain fog. Just can't. Just like you know what you got to say, but you can't say it. It's a nightmare. Drives me absolutely insane. You know, and considering what I do now, I have to kind of really pace myself. I make my videos and stuff. I can do it now. I'll be alright this time, so I'll go and make a few videos. And if I feel quite good, okay, I'll make a string of them, of videos, because I know that later on I might not be okay. So it's a bit like that, really, you know. And I never used to sleep during the day, and now when it comes to about flipping, usually about 4 o'clock, I've had one to sleep. I fall asleep on the sofa for about an hour and a half every single day now. I can't get through the day anymore. Then what happens is then I find that I can't get to sleep at night because I'm uncomfortable. So I have to wait until I'm knackered before I go to bed. So it's like this ongoing thing going on, you know. So it kind of works, I suppose, but it doesn't. I don't feel too young to retire, Carlos. I've been forced by a government in another country to continue. There you go. To continue having to work at an age where females feel it for certain reasons. Yeah, well, obviously, you know. Like, my wife, my missus, when, for instance, when she had a menopause, she had it quite light. But there again, she had quite a few kids, 6 kids, you see. She's given birth to 6 children, I got. So it was, I kind of feel like it's been like broken out of her. Because people, you know, my sister, for instance, who hasn't got any kids, her menopause, she was really menopausal, got really moody in that as well. There, I think that's just her, but there you go. And so she really suffered. So I kind of think like as having children kind of like breaks the menopause out of you a little bit, especially if you've got lots. I might be wrong, but you know, I'm not a woman, am I? No, I'm not a trans man. Okay, before you say that in the comments down below. Okay. I know what you're thinking. That I do. My best friend is a bar manager, and after 25 years in the industry, said he's worn out. Bartending. Do you know what I think about bartending? Is it's flipping stressful. Can you mean me taking out bar wall? I can't remember all that shit. You know, this drink, that drink, and oh crikey, you know, you leave this and leave that. I wouldn't better remember. I'll be useless, absolutely blooming useless. Plus, I can't pour a pint. That's the same with life. I'm 50, still jumping around. Oh, I know you are, my friend. Well, Mark's biggest fan. Hope you do. Don't work too hard, my friend. And lifting stuff and the health and safety would throw the book out. Oh, crikey, I used to do some stupid stuff. Oh, really dangerous stuff. Just to get them. Sorry, I keep forgetting the microphones up there. Just to get the job done. Especially near the end of the job. One thing that sticks to mind, I've said this before, I think. I had a ladder literally strapped to another ladder going up the fleet roof and a pair of steps on top of it. Just so I could get the barge boards, paint the barge boards at the top. We just installed all the wooden barge boards. Getting the last bit. But we should have painted them. Well, no, actually, we did paint before we put them up, but then we had to put the top coat on. We should do that once, obviously, the joint's been done. Oh. Another stupid thing we had to get. I was involved with. This was in Grays and Thurrock. To overhanging scaffold, and the scaffolds did the scaffold, but getting involved with it and standing on the twos with them and stuff like that's flipping scary. 14 floors up. No, it was just one little tiny little strap on you. You get bashed in the side of the flipping building for a start, hanging 14 floors up on a little bit of strap. But your little pencil harness on. Nah, never again. Or hanging out of a mast climber with a broom handle just to trip the flip electric back on because it's underneath the actual platform. Things we used to do just to get the job done. Flipping lethal. Stupid or anything back. Absolutely stupid. And people wonder why we have health and safety rules. They have health and safety rules because there's idiots like me and probably you doing those stupid things. Yeah, and now you've got to have handrails and a step up. You know? You think I'm kidding? Oh, dear. Council estates, in my experience, I moved to... council estates, in my experience, I moved to the city, says BB, and hardly saw even a family. Spoke to them last year, and it was still the same chap. It's what reminded me of how it was. So I don't understand, mate. Ukraine made some advertisements in Korea showing facilities they can stay at if they surrender, even showing. What? Ukraine made some advertisements in Korea. Oh, in Korean, showing facilities they can stay at if they surrender, even showing. Oh, oh, really? And even get meat and their food. Yeah, because have you seen some of the faces on these people, these Russians and that have been sent to war? Flipping hell, they don't want to be there. They really don't want to be there. There was, it's a clip, a Russian clip, where they got all these Starlink satellite dishes, and it's been with these Russians, their faces. But they got to deliver all these flipping Starlinks and go to the front line and all that with all these Starlinks. You have little boxes with the satellite dishes and stuff. Could you imagine that? It's not, I want to fight for my country. No. These people were, probably like Dad's army. They were butchers and they worked in the bank maybe, and then now they've been forced to work on the front line for a war that they probably don't even believe in. It's nuts. It's just immoral and wrong, isn't it? The whole thing's moral. How they call it? Well, 4 hours sleep is a good night's sleep for me. Oh, crikey. Is that a hint, Mad Monk? I bet it is, isn't it? Oh, you're having a dig. Is it my random streams? You know I appreciate you, don't you? I love you, Mad Monk, and your bad pipes. Oh dear, I suppose I'm going to cock off in a minute anyway. It's 2 hours 16, didn't realise. If you want Sport Channel, you can do that down below if you like, or the Super Chat if you want. Don't have to, obviously. What's Andrew Evans? Oh, hi Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Hope everyone in the family is good as well, the kids and all that. Lee Corn as well as Gingers have been here. They visited us, they did, yeah. They're wholly disappointed. Oh, enjoyed the chat night. Hey, Carlos. It's nice that people can actually have a little bit of a yarn in the chat and talk to each other and stuff. And it is quite nice, to be honest. And there's been a few messages that's been deleted and what have you, I see. And one deleted by Lee Cole. Crikey, we've got 3 spanners in the chat. Cheers, guys. Very kind of you to help us out. That is. I got a view message. What does it say? That is a cheers for that, Lee Corn, because that geezer's spouting the rubbish. It's not even true. Oh, dear me. Basically, this geezer is saying is that NATO broke the Minsk and Minsk II arrangement. They didn't. It's not even down to NATO, so there you go. Living idiots. So, I was not disappointed. I love the quiet in the space. It is very quiet, I must admit, except for me. I'm quite loud. I love living here. I really do. I just like the green. I love our rewilding project that we're doing as well. I'm really proud of that. It's really coming on nicely. Your tree's growing really well, actually. I'll take pictures of you. So I love all that, and the wildlife. We can sit out here, all right, just out here, and you just on the post, just in front of me, you'll get a bird of prey, just sit on there, just wait, just sit, whether they're looking for a little mouse or something, and it's just lovely, it really is. And it's the other day when I was doing the work on the roof of my house, the grue come over, and like cranes, and they come over this time of year because they're going when it's warmer. It's a sign that it's going to get cold. So they all come screeching across the sky. They were so that was nice to see, to be honest. The word is a con. The W word is a con. Is it? You mean the Z word? Yeah. The W word is a con. When we travel to see everyone, it is essentially the same. When we travel, we see everyone. Well, yeah, we're just human beings. We're just people. We have different cultures and all that. We have maybe different foods and stuff like that. We enjoy. You know. Some people look healthier than if you go away from the West, a little bit to the East, you realise that everyone's eating healthy food. Like me. Actually, I do eat healthy food. I just eat too much. I heard rumours of Mark showing his appreciation to one of the moderators with. I would do that, clog dancing raver, but I can't do that on this system here because it's literally just on the old mobile phone. Now that's this is what I was doing when I was doing the. Did you see that? I dropped it. Oh dear. It came out of its holder. There you go. So it's over there, which is a mess at the moment, as you can see. Yeah. So I'm still recording videos on there, but I'm not actually doing lives on it for the moment. It's just that I need to be able to be a little bit more flexible with my lives because I'm struggling with managing my time and filling it in with bad health, if you know what I mean. Oh, do you know what? I know when it came off. I didn't tighten it up. What an idiot. Blame me. What am I like? Didn't break it, so that's a good sign. So yeah. Anyway. What are you doing to the material? Which material? What the kids' material, as in the little Chinese dancing kid, or the fact that I'll just throw my phone on the floor? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. At least you're not in your underpants. That's a really good point. You saw my bum, did you? Okay. I couldn't make it. It's like an ongoing joke, wasn't it? During the pandemic with people with lockdowns and stuff doing Zoom. Yeah, she's just got a shirt on and a tie. But yeah, just in your pants. Yeah, or your pajamas. Why YouTube censors it? It was clarifying what it meant by. Oh, I see. YouTube censors everything these days. I had something on the comments on my videos today saying I deleted them or something. I deleted their comments. I hadn't, and it's more likely they put something in there. That's either in my word list of words I don't want on the channel, or they've said something that YouTube doesn't want on the channel, and it's called banned or something like that. And that's just how it goes, I'm not in control of what YouTube wants. It's their platform after all. What? Oh, fans. It's past the watershed. Oh dear. Okay. Slip the word. War or oh crikey, yeah. I'll get you now. Yeah. The war. Yeah, lots of people think channel owners delete them, but it's YouTube censoring everything. I ain't got time to go and delete everything. If things are really derogatory, I see them. I will hide the person. I wouldn't necessarily delete them. So they wouldn't necessarily know I've got rid of it, or people can't see it. But that's very rare. I don't have to do it very often at all. It's only if it's really derogatory. I mean, if people are being really horrible and derogatory to other people in the chat and what have you, I'll do something. But otherwise, if it's just people having comments, if it's a case that you just don't agree with them, I'll leave it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Propaganda. I don't want stupid propaganda crap like that. We've got the flat earthers and all that rubbish. But if people have got a sensible point of view, well, then I think everyone's got a place, haven't they? Anyway, you would have that in proportional representation, wouldn't you? You don't have to agree. No. Oh, do you know what? I thought it was going to get proportional representation. Oh dear. Don't look like we're going to have it now, does it? No. Oh dear. What are they like, eh? Governments. Yeah, clocks go back tonight. It means it's going to be even flipping darker at night. Walking the dogs. Yeah, and the other thing is I had somebody say to me that I'd blocked them on the channel, right? Yeah, they were leaving comments telling me that I blocked them on the channel. Stupid people. If you block, you're not going to make a comment, are you? my pickle itch, and I'm scratching it, brother. Oh, do it, Joe Brown. Do it. Do it. Give it an itch. The Flat Earth Society with members all around the globe. Boom, boom. Oh, your clocks change next week, do gingers? No, ours are tonight. Oh dear. Not looking forward to that. What's the point? They were supposed to get rid of that here in the EU at one point, and they're still doing it. In France, actually, in France, a little bit the EU, but in France, they were going to get rid of it. It would cause a bit of hassle, wouldn't it? Going across the French borders. Good night to all. You take care, mate. Yeah, Andrew, be good. Anyway, I did say I'm going to go now. I am going to go now because it's time for me to go. So I'll say toodaloo, you know. I might go live again another day. But it's like 2.5 hours. And I'm tired. And I'm sure Mad Monk is and Joel is. And Lee Corn, if he's still there. So toodaloo. Anyway, have a lovely Sunday. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Well, I wouldn't go to church. No, I'm not doing that. No. I got Ascension Day this week, didn't they? Yeah, that's where they all go. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. Mark's biggest fan. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, they got a bank holiday here in France where they all they go and honor the dead instead of honoring the devil. If you know what I mean. Stop messing with the clocks, please. Hello, Dr. Davies, up your boyfriend. Who have I missed? Cheers, Mad Monk. Mark's, I keep Mad Monk, Matt's biggest fan, but cheers, Mad Monk, as well, for being a spanner in the works, and also Joel and Lee Corn as well. So good night to everyone. So it's a good night from me, and it's good night from him, and her. Yeah, the doggies. So there they are. Crikey. Don't fall off this time. No. So good night, Sebastian. Good night, Awali. And good night, Pandora. Toodaloo.